Hello everyone. Standard 12 Part 2 Chapter 3 Final Account of a Company. In previous lecture we already completed up to illustration number 10. Today let us start illustration number 11. Under which head will you show following balances in statement of a profit and loss as per Schedule 3 of Company Act 2013? Sales, salary, interest and dividend received, income from scrap, depreciation, telegram and postage, interest on loan, bonus, bank charges, sales expenses. Now, answer part: sales, revenue from operations, salary, employee benefit expense, interest and dividend received, other incomes, income from scrap, other income, depreciation and amortization, telegram and postage, other expense, interest on loan, finance cost, bonus, employee benefit expense, bank charges, other expense, sales expense, other expense. Illustration number 12. Prepare statement of profit and loss of a Paras Limited from the following information for the year ended on 31st March 2017 as per Schedule 3 of Companies Act 2013. Cost of material consumed 6,25,000. Change in stock of finished goods 40,000. Employee salary and provisions for employees 2,60,000. Sales 12,70,000. Interest paid 30,000. Office and sales expense 52,000. Depreciation on fixed asset 28,000. Profit on sales asset 35,000. Provision for tax 50% of profit. Answer part: statement of profit and loss for year ended 31st March 2017. First, revenue from operation 12,70,000. Second, other income 35,000. 12,70,000 plus 35,000. Total 13,05,000. Total revenue 1 and plus 2. Fourth one, expenses. Cost of material consumed 6,25,000. Change in stock of finished goods 40,000. Employee benefit expense 2,60,000. Finance cost 30,000. Depreciation 28,000. Other expenses 52,000. Total 10,35,000. Fifth one, profit before tax 3 minus 4 2,70,000. Sixth one, provision for tax 1,35,000. 2,70,000 minus 1,35,000. Fifth minus 6, profit after tax 1,35,000. Now illustration number 13. Prepare a statement of profit and loss of a Sri Sahajanand Limited from the following balances for the year ending on 31st March 2017 as per Schedule 3 of Companies Act 2013. Office and sales expense 40,000. Sales 16 lakh, salary 5 lakh, wages 40,000, purchase 7 lakh 10,000, opening stock 60,000, debenture interest 60,000, profit on sales of investments 26,000, closing stock 70,000, provision for tax 1,63,000. Now, statement of a profit and loss for Sri Sahajanand Limited for the year ending on 31st March 2017. Revenue from operations sales 16 lakh. Second, other income profit on sale of investment 26,000. Total 16 lakh plus 26,000. Total 16 lakh 26,000. Total revenue 1 plus 2. Fourth, expenses. Purchase 7 lakh 10,000. Change in stock of finished goods 10,000. Operating stock 60,000 minus closing stock 70,000. Employee benefit expense salary plus wages. Finance cost debenture interest 5,40,000. Finance cost debenture interest 20,000. Salary and wages 5,40,000. Depreciation is not given. Other expense office and sales expense 40,000. Total all 13 lakh. 16 lakh 26,000 minus 13 lakh. 3 minus 4, profit before tax 3,26,000. Seventh one, profit after tax, fifth minus 6, 3,26,000, 1,63,000. And profit after tax transferred to balance sheet, 1,63,000. Illustration number 14. Following is the trial balance of a Shivam Limited as on 31st March 2017. Here inventory is 1,10,000, fixed asset tangible 8 lakh, 5,000 equity share of rupees 100 each, 5 lakh sales 7,50,000, other income 20,000, employee benefit expense 1,30,000, long term borrowing 3,50,000, finance cost 17,500, trade payable 1 lakh, trade receivable 40,000, cash and bank balance 60,000, depreciation 22,500, cost of goods sold 4 lakh, and non-current investment 1,40,000. Total of debit and credit 17,20,000. Now, additional information: provision for tax rupees 80,000. Prepare final account of the company as per Schedule 3 of Company Act 2013. Answer part: statement of a profit and loss of a Shivam Limited for the year ending on 31st March 2017. First, revenue from operation means sales 7,50,000. Second, other income 20,000. 7,50,000 plus 20,000, 7,70,000. Total income 1 plus 2. Fourth, expenses: cost of goods sold 4 lakh, employee benefit expense 1,30,000, finance cost 17,500, depreciation 22,500. Other expenses is not given. Total expense 5,70,000. Fifth one, profit before tax 3 minus 4. And sixth one, provision for tax. Here it is a provision for tax 80,000, and seventh one, profit after tax, fifth minus 6. 2 lakh minus 80,000 is equal to 1,20,000 transferred to balance sheet. Now balance sheet of Shivam Limited as on 31st March 2017. Equity and liability: shareholders fund share capital 5 lakh, reserve and surplus net profit 1,20,000, 5 lakh plus 1,20,000, outer column 6,20,000. Non-current liability: long term borrowing 3,50,000, current liability trade payable 1 lakh, and short term provision 80,000, 1,80,000. Total 11,50,000. Now assets: non-current assets, fixed asset tangible 8 lakh, non-current investment 1,40,000, total 9,40,000. Current asset: inventory 1,10,000, trade receivable 40,000, cash and cash equivalent, cash and bank balance 60,000. Total 2,10,000. 9,40,000 plus 2,10,000 is equal to total 11,50,000. Explanation: as cost of goods sold is given in the question, purchase and change in stock will not be recorded in a statement of a profit and loss, because cost of goods sold is equal to purchase plus opening stock minus closing stock. Because goods sold it is not given, and purchase and opening stock and closing stock is given, then first of all we write the purchase, afterward we add the opening stock and minus the closing stock, then we find out the goods sold. Because there is in a statement profit and loss, because cost of goods sold is necessary. Now provision for tax rupees 80,000 is given as an adjustment, therefore it will be have two effect. If a tax is given 80,000, so two effects are there: deducted from profit before tax in a statement of profit and loss, and second effect, shown as a short term provision in a balance sheet, because it is a tax is there and it is a short term provision is there, so we have to write the second effect in a balance sheet as a short term provision. And third effect, other expenses, other long term liabilities, long term provisions and other current liabilities, intangible fixed assets, long term loans and advances, other non current asset, short term loan are not given in the question. This all the expenses are there, liabilities are there, long term provisions are there, current liability, intangible fixed asset, long term loans, advances. This all the information is not given in this question, and so we have to not write this all the things, because it is not given in the question. So this way our statement is over. With this question, our chapter number 3 is over. Thank you very much.